Good morning, lunatics. Welcome to Morning Java. Morning Java brought to you as... Are you looking at me? Let me get through the get-go thing. Brought to you, as always, by our good friends at the Get-Go Cafe and Market, where you can still get some pretty dang good subs.
Yeah, it's a 7-inch sub for $4.99, and you get it literally any way you want it. At one point, they told us there were like 3 million different combinations.
I think it's 300,000, which is approximately the amount of Sabres who skated past Penguins.
Yeah, I mean, that was also the number of breakaways and odd man breaks. And how do you go 6 months, Sunday, of telling yourself this is the number one thing that has to get cleaned up, and then you come out and do that?
Look, I haven't played in just a few months because I've been so busy, and I think that if I took the ice tonight, the energy and the excitement.
Yeah,
I mean,
how
like,
about that? Where was that?
It doesn't make sense. Like, where is like the passion to start the season?
Well, I'll tell you where the
Especially
passion was to start the season. It was wearing the other sweater. Buffalo came out, and a lot of the Penguins talked about this openly, which actually I thought was a little bit awkward. But they can say what they want. That, wow, the Sabres really came out hard. They came out like it was a regular season game, and we came out like it was a preseason game. I'm not even willing to give them that. Like, I don't think it's just an effort thing. When you make close to 20 official giveaways, I mean, you go through games where you don't see 3 or 4.
Yeah, this is honestly something that, looking back at the last couple of years, there's been certain teams who skate as a team, even when they don't, even when they're not faster than the Penguins, even when they're not bigger, better, whatever. When they skate as a team, they've caused problems, and the Penguins are willing to give the puck away sometimes. We've seen it with teams like Anaheim over the last couple of years when, guys like Getzlaf get the big stick out there and they're able to take the puck away. They struggle against teams that are like the higher pressure, fill the space of the ice better kind of defensive teams, and they take it away.
I got nothing for you here, man. I got nothing. I mean, after the month that the Steelers have had, after the 12 years that the Pirates have had, you come to the rink tonight, and I think a lot of these people did, like, saying, let's see something, that makes us forget about all of that, and they definitely didn't get it.
All right, Dave, that was pretty awful, but not all of it was awful. One of the high points of this was the second line. What did you like that you saw from them?
It did. It was a lot better than I expected it to be, actually, considering that Galchenyuk had missed the previous week because of an injury. The line really hadn't been together much, but I thought in general, the standard set by the other lines wasn't very high tonight, but it was by far their best line. Malkin, I thought, had a pretty good game. Mm-hmm. It has to be good for him that he was the one who scored their goal. Mm-hmm. There's not a whole lot of positives for them to take out of the game, but I think the play of that line was one.
Yeah, they were showing great chemistry early on, especially early on in the first period, just the passing. Between all three of them, they had a couple 3-on-2 rushes. They didn't score. Malcolm scored on the power play, but they didn't, the line didn't score. Tanev really stood out. Just his speed alone.
He did. I'm still not convinced that he has the hands to fill a top 6 role.
Yeah.
But he does other things to contribute to that line. And for right now, he's probably as good of an option as they have to play there.
Yeah, and Tanev, he's a guy who could probably play up and down the lineup. And I thought he's matched well with the Malkin line and the Crosby line. Just his speed. He has the speed to play there. He doesn't quite have the finish or the skill set of some of the other top 6 guys, but. Just his forechecking ability. I just thought he really stood out tonight. He
does. He was one of the few who I thought showed some signs of life. It was a really flatline performance, considering that this was an opener and that it was an opener at home. I don't know that there was any good excuse or explanation for the way they played.
Yeah, the bar was low, but the second line cleared it.
Taylor.
Matthew.
We've established that the Penguins were not good.
Putting it lightly.
We've established that there were a couple of okay players in periods of time.
Relatively.
The Sabres did take 41 shots, though, and they only scored on 3 of them.
Yeah, Matt Murray was the best player on the ice. Mike Sullivan said that after. He was their best player. He made a lot of timely saves. He said, they needed to be better in front of him. They did. Sounds like a repeat of a quote from the playoffs. I'm sure we've heard that before.
Taylor, sometimes there was nobody
I know.
in front of them. I mean, how many
Yeah.
times can there be nobody in front of Matt Murray and ask him
41
to come up
shots,
with it?
yeah, and it's only 3-1. He kept it close. It should have been like 8-9-1. But yeah, he had with glove hand too. He looked good.
Yeah, I liked the glove hand. You know, he made some saves there. At times, though, what's the deal with like kind of the brick wall approach to the glove hand when he's killing a penalty and he kind of sticks it out there and it hits real hard and
Yeah, there are a
pops
couple
out?
of those,
Yeah,
yeah.
a couple of those. But overall, I mean, you know, he didn't let any in there.
No, I mean, yeah, he was good from the high danger areas and close like that. I mean, there's not much you can say. He was just very good.
And breakaway wise, I mean, he was great on everything. And he got chipped by a guy who can skate and handle the puck really well.
Yeah, they let up a lot of odd man rushes. They let up a shorthanded breakaway, and he kept them from letting in their first shorthanded goal of the season. I mean, they really didn't help him out a whole lot.
Matt Murray good, Penguins bad.